So Ty Bambam Tuivasa will be fighting Jairzinho Rosenstrike at UFC 305. Here are my thoughts. Quite honestly, if I'm being real with you guys, it's gonna be a banger. Uh, I think this fight is gonna go. I think it'll go 5 rounds. While there's no like bad blood between these two fighters to make it like really interesting, I feel like this is a fight that both fighters want. Both of them are gonna want the win, and I think both guys are real heavy-handed and would like to play this fight out on the feet. So that's what. So when I say banger, I mean like just standing and banging really. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun, entertaining fight. Um, Tai Tuivasa coming off a handful of losses now. He's really racking up the losses. He's got to find something. I mean, really just dig deep. Maybe try to reinvent, but I think he's already attempted to reinvent himself. Right now, I think he's going through the motions, and I don't feel that's the best. That's the best version of him to be in, especially with this fight coming up. He's got some time. I haven't really seen any fight camp footage, so I'm gonna look at that and get back to you guys on it. But I think he's really got to dig deep for this one. It's just sad. And I really had to make mention of it after the loss to Volkov, really. But losing to Ty Burr really that puts the icing on the cake. You know, but he's beloved by the UFC. He's beloved by the UFC fans. So I think he's got enough support from the people to keep fighting. He's not one of those one and done type of guys. Even if he loses to Jairzinho in this fight, I think he'll have maybe another 2 good fights before the UFC seriously considers cutting him or any. I mean, he may have a couple fights on his fight contract, but I'm telling you this just by looking at it. But I gotta look at his contract really. Jairzinho Rosenstrike coming off of the impressive win against Gaziev. Gaziev, who was a lot of guys were looking at him to be really big for heavyweight, but it just turned out that Gaziev quit in the fight. Jairzinho was really giving it to Gaziev in that fight too. So I think the same thing is going to happen when he fights Bam Bam. So when I say stand and bang, I really think that it's not really going to be a chess match of sorts. I really feel like both fighters are just going to stand, most likely in the center of the octagon and just throw what they can. Bam Bam might get gassed depending upon his fight can. That's what I'm really like. I really think he needs to fucking dig deep and reach down for this camp, and especially work on his cardio. And we'll see where that takes him against Rosenstrike. And I think Rosenstrike's cardio is fine. I feel like it's not necessarily going to be so much of a technical fight, but more so just a brawl. And in said brawl, it's really hard to think about who I have winning this. I just found out about this fight like a couple days ago, and I've got a bunch of videos lined up. I want to post daily on this channel. And when I saw the fight, I immediately thought about just this real mess of a brawl. 2 really big guys. That's really a lot of heavyweight fights end up like that. I don't see it going to the ground. It's just gonna be all out, swing what I can. If I land good, if I don't, I'll swing again until I'm out of breath. But yeah, if I had to choose somebody to win this fight, I'm gonna go with Rosenstrike, and I'll go with Rosenstrike off of a handful of certain things. One thing being the gravity of Tai Tuivasa's losing streak. He's fought a number of fights so far where I feel like he's almost kind of had it in the bag, but then just kind of gives up or loses focus or tires out or loses all technical skill. and it's just all apparent through this whole entire losing streak he's going on right now. And then I'll also base it off of Rosenstrike's streak, because I feel like this win against Gaziev really has the potential to have given Rosenstrike like real energy, like light a big ass flame under his ass and show him that, you know, he can really be something in heavyweight in terms of like, you know, top tier heavyweight. So I got Rosenstrike winning this. I think Rosenstrike won't win this early. I feel like it's gonna be again like a brawl. And I think the two most likely outcomes will be Rosenstrike winning by either split or unanimous decision, or Rosenstrike getting a TKO in the 5th round once Bam Bam has had enough to the head and is most likely just gassed and quits once again. So I've got Rosenstrike winning this fight, and if I had to give you a specific outcome, I'll say Rosenstrike by. I'll go with the last round TKO, and I'll go with the last round TKO because of how much Bam Bam has been quitting lately. I'm a Bam Bam Tuivasa fan, but it is really depressing seeing what type of a losing streak he's been on. Only wish him the best, but I will go with Rosenstrike for this fight. Should be a banger, should be fun regardless. Two big bad motherfuckers just swinging it. We'll see who comes out on top. What do you think?